suck it. All right, so what is up, everybody? Welcome to Real Projections, and welcome to the new year. And we're going to talk about new movies for the upcoming year. But first, I would like to touch on the fact that Mr. Joe Barty has written a very, very well put together. He's right here. I can't trash it.
That's right.
Yeah.
You better not.
Right. Top 10 list of the movies that were released last year.
Movie moments.
Movie moments.
We didn't do the top 10 movies because, quite honestly, I didn't have 10 that I thought were worthy of a top 10 list. Yes, I've been all over Christmas. I kept having this conversation with people because they would ask me and be like, "What was the great shit you saw last year?" And I'd be like, "Nothing." I saw a whole lot of really good movies.
Wow.
I saw nothing I thought was, "Wow, that's excellent. That's really, really good."
But there were moments.
Pantheon shit. Exactly. There were great moments though, sprinkled throughout the year, and that's what we wrote about.
Pantheon? Like,
yeah, you know,
it's
like
just crumbling and white now?
No, not
like
no,
cheese?
No, not the Parthenon.
Oh,
like
this is already going.
Yes, you know, like the Goodfellas. Like something that is iconic and will last forever, and people will look back and be like, "Oh yeah, I remember 2011.
Fair enough.
That movie was awesome." There's none of that.
None of that.
But there's a lot of good movies.
All right.
And
with good moments.
With good moments. And
Cool.
it looks like 2012, more of the same.
More of the same. All right, so let's talk about upcoming movies. Does anybody have a favorite that they know of that they're really like?
You're both looking at me because
No,
you're
no.
going to go, right?
No, all right, you know what?
I'll-
We know where you're going to go, so let's go with you.
I'm going to go probably the same place, I would think. There are like 3 movies that I'm really looking forward to.
There are 3 movies
in
that I'm really
2012.
looking forward to.
Wow.
All right, you go first.
Number 1.
Do it at the same time.
We're going to say the same thing. It doesn't matter.
Number one,
Dark Knight Rises.
No.
We cannot wait.
We did not plan that out. We did not talk about
That's
that.
right. And we are.
This
we are
is going to
that
be a
class.
great date, you guys.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
You guys have so much in common.
I was so scared you were going to say Hunger Games.
Or Twilight.
Or Twilight.
Yeah.
Breaking
Breaking
Wind
Dawn.
Part 2.
That might get my Skyline of the Year award.
Yeah.
For those that don't know, Skyline is the worst movie ever made.
Anyway, yes, Dark Knight Rises. Fucking, did either of you see the 6 minutes? I didn't see the 6 minutes.
I don't want to see the 6 minutes.
I saw a bootleg of. I saw a bootleg of the 6 minutes, and I don't want to talk about it because I don't have anything good to say about it.
Okay.
Um,
Interesting.
Because
When has that ever stopped us?
Because okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Did you see our Muppets review?
Okay, but first of all, it was just the first 6 minutes. I'm
Sure.
not going to judge. I don't want to start
Sure.
saying bad things.
Oh,
about
no,
the first 6
I
minutes.
respect that.
There was a great action sequence. It was awesome. It was very, Chris Nolan. Very, good open action sequence. The thing that people are talking about, and I'm sure you might have heard, Bane, his dialogue. You can't understand it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Exactly.
What is the problem?
Yeah, because he's got the mask on and he's got an accent of some sort.
Well, he's Spanish.
I would take
Central American. I think.
This is all I would say.
Supposed to be. I don't know.
Yeah,
if
This is all I would say about that. I would take all that shit with a grain of salt.
I would too.
By the time that they do the ADR on it and everything else,
this
you'll
gonna
be able
be-
to hear them. They'll end up subtitling them or something.
Is this going to be one of those Spaceballs moments?
Yes. yes.
I can't breathe in this thing.
I cannot imagine that they made a horrific decision with the villain for the movie that's going to sink the movie.
Well, the problem that
Yeah, they never do that with a Batman movie.
Nolan, not so far.
Batman and Robin.
Come on, even as far out as the Joker went, that shit was all pretty much awesome.
Right,
So-
and that's what and everybody had complaints about the Joker's look before the movie came out. And now everybody's
Exactly,
praising it.
yeah.
He won an Oscar, but the problem is that Chris Nolan is not making everybody feel better because he's saying, I'm not doing anything to the audio. I'm not doing anything.
Right.
We're not going back to remix. We're not going back and redubbing the dialogue. We're not doing anything. It's staying as it is, and people are kind of worried about that because he's the main villain and he has a lot to say.
He's lying.
I'm assuming. If I was the director, I wouldn't go out and say, okay, fans who've complained on the internet, I'm going to go ahead and do what you
whoever
want to do.
paid for the movie comes out and says that, I will believe it.
And I think, and, we don't need to spend a lot of time talking about it because I think it's
True.
the most anticipated film for
It
everybody.
is actually not.
All right,
It is
all right,
actually
all right, hold on.
The Hunger Games is actually, according to Entertainment
Shut
Weekly,
up.
is the most anticipated movie.
I don't even know what that's
here's
about.
here's why. Here's why. Number one, it's a series of books about children who are like sort of Running Man styles, tasked with. It's like a contest where they're killing each other to survive.
Ooh.
Jennifer Lawrence is in it, who is in Winter's Bone.
Bone.
She
Mystique.
has Mystique as well.
Oh,
she has a
okay.
bow and arrow and shoots people in the head. They're positioning it as sort of a Twilight Potter follow-up, not necessarily a fantasy or anything like that. It seems more of a hard-edged science fiction kind of thing, but still for teens, more not like an adult movie. But I think that Entertainment Weekly had a poll like last week that had that one, Dark Knight Rises 2. I forget what was 3.
Who did? Entertainment
Weekly. And the reason being, Hunger Games comes out in March, so it's sooner. So for right now, that's going to be the build. That's what people are going to be talking about. That's what they're going to want to see until March. Is going to be all about the Hunger Games. Once Hunger Games is over, then I think it moves on to Avengers, and then to Dark Knight Rises.
Avengers, yeah. All right. So what's number 2 for you guys? Do you have the same number?
I have no. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
You go.
Do the same time.
This. My second one is a Christmas movie.
Ooh.
Yes.
Okay.
Not a Christmas, but released at Christmas.
Okay.
Oh, all right.
You no idea?
No.
Django Unchained.
Oh, yes.
Come on, man. Tarantino takes on what? Post-slavery America? That is going to be some raw shit.
Yeah.
Raw shit. I can't wait.
The only thing that makes me stop from putting that in my top 3, Leonardo DiCaprio.
What?
I'm not a Leo fan. I never have been. Never.
And then you are going to hate Christmas because he's also going to be in Great Gatsby. That's going to come out at Christmas.
And I will skip that one as well.
That'll be
really.
I'm not a Leo fan at all.
But he's doing such a service to all these grade school kids who are now going to not have to read the book because they can see the DiCaprio version.
But isn't there a Robert Redford Great Gatsby?
Yes, there is.
I'd rather see that one.
With Mia Farrow, actually.
There you go.
It's a very good movie. What was your second pick?
Bond.
Oh, that's right.
You got Sam Mendes directing. Daniel Craig is coming back, and personally, I think Daniel Craig is the best Bond.
Really?
We're going to see Moneypenny finally.
Right.
We're going to see Q, a younger Q, which I don't know how this is going to work out, but we'll see.
I miss John Cleese.
Please. I think that was the reason why they took time off. And
Really? You didn't like John Cleese?
I didn't like John Cleese. I like John Cleese as R.
Yeah.
When he was in who was the original Q?
I can't tell you. I can picture him. He's right in my head, but I can't tell you what his name.
But when I think it was. What was the last one?
Die Another Day.
Die Another Day was the last one.
Okay.
The one before that, it was him and John Cleese. Because he was introduced as his protege.
Right.
And then in Die Another Day,
Which
John Cleese was
Which
cute.
one had Joe Don Baker in it? No. I don't remember. Okay, forget it.
But anyway, we're getting Moneypenny, we're getting Q. We have
Moneypenny
Ralph Fiennes and Javier Bardem as the villains, supposedly.
I mean, come on, that's something.
That's
good.
It's gonna be an excellent movie.
It'll be. I always like it when the Bond movies are good because they go good, they go bad.
Yeah.
But I think action movies in general are better when the Bond movies are out there pushing other people to do better work.
You know what? And that's going to lead to my third one. So go with your third one.
What the hell was my third one? I already said Dark Knight Rises. I said The Avengers. I said Django Unchained.
Well, that's 3. Good.
That's 3. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh,
I got 3 already out.
Avengers is.
I think third. I would say Avengers is my third.
Really?
Only because it's been so long in coming, and
those put together.
And what the trick of that is, those Marvel movies are sort of hit and miss a little bit. The more recent ones, I know that they've all been sort of uniformly better than they had been. I really like the first Iron Man. I really don't like the second Iron Man.
Really?
So the second Iron Man cheesy. It's
cheesy,
but Joss Whedon, who is like writing it as he goes, like as an experiment in trying to meld all this shit together. I'm just really interested in it.
I think it's a good event. My number 3 is kind of is from a kind of a surprise hit from a couple of years ago, and I'm really looking forward to Taken 2.
Oh, Taken, that's right.
Wow.
Yes. I believe it's called Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah, exactly. I think Taken.
Romanian Boogaloo.
I think Taken is one of the better action movies.
Loved Taken.
Taken was great because it was a great storyline, but it was basically an hour and a half of Liam Neeson just kicking ass, and that was it.
So are you more excited or less excited about The Greys?
Every time I see it, I think it's Taken in the
winter.
Cheese. Yeah, exactly.
Could be cheese. But Liam Neeson just has so much gravitas, it doesn't fucking matter.
Well, here's the thing.
It's like Oscar Schindler battles the wolves. I mean, come on.
The thing I liked about
Qui-Gon versus the Winter.
He pulls out some kind of glowing sword at some point. I think he just cuts wolves' heads off.
The thing I liked about Taken the most was he really did. It was almost Nicolas Cage done right. It was an action movie with a guy that could really, really act. Not like when Nicolas Cage is solid acting, like when he did Face Off.
Wait, for links, we're gonna add Nicolas Cage loses his shit.
And
it's a throwback to last year's viral video.
Yeah. So you know what one of mine is?
What was one of you? Oh yeah, I feel like we've left you out.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Because you guys had a good, date.
Yeah,
Expendables 2.
Oh.
Okay, yeah.
I will tell you.
Yeah.
I will tell you this. I watched the Rocky Legacy while at my in-laws' house over Christmas.
Mhm.
The entire 2-hour thing on Rocky.
Was it on Ovation?
Biography channel, but
Biography,
whatever.
yeah.
And it was interesting because by the end of it, my father-in-law was like, "Wow, I never knew Stallone was such a smart guy," and he is. Which is why I'm so boggled by the Expendables 2.
What?
Yes, I don't.
Why would you not do that? That movie made money hand over fist, just blowing shit up.
I understand. And
That's
how bad the
there was
movie
a
was?
novelty to it. I think
Right.
is what I'm saying.
There still is.
This idea of we're going to get all the big action stars, we're going to put them in
From
big
the
action movies.
80s.
From the 80s, right? Exactly. Yes.
How are you not excited about
No,
that?
I didn't say I wasn't excited. I'm not. I don't really have an opinion either way. But I'm doing a little.
I mean, it's not a good
little
movie.
devil's advocate work here. But didn't you just see it? I think that's what I'm trying to get
Yeah.
at.
But you know what though? You know what Expendables 2 has that the first Expendables doesn't have?
Dolph Lundgren? No.
Pick me. Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Oh yeah.
Chuck fucking Norris.
Yeah. Yeah.
But don't you,
Chuck?
Isn't it like
fucking
But isn't
Not
Norris?
to mention that
No.
Bruce Willis and Arnold Schwarzenegger will have bigger roles.
Right,
this
they'll
time.
have
It won't
bigger
just
parts this time?
It won't just be like a walk-on
which
cameo.
only shows how far they have fallen
Oh,
since
come
the
on,
first one
Suck
came
it
out.
the fuck
No.
up. That's gonna
I
be
don't know,
awesome.
You know what? It feels to
You know
me.
what?
I'm not judging.
No,
I'm
no,
not
no.
judging.
Here's
I'm just
what we're
saying,
gonna do.
It
And-
feels
and-
like we're now in like the fifth season of Dancing with the
No,
Stars,
no.
and now the first
No,
four seasons,
no.
those people are all off the shelf.
Here's-
and we're now, get Bronson. Where's Steven Seagal? Get the ponytail out. I'm just saying, like
I would actually like to see Bronson
I-
and Steven Seagal.
Yeah.
Actually, I
and
think
that would be-
Steven Seagal turned down.
he won't work with the producer.
Yeah.
He wanted a 14-minute speech about the environment at the end of the movie, and they wouldn't let him do it.
Right.
Oil workers 0,
Yeah.
Eskimos 1.
Nice.
So I'm going to have to ask, and for me to do this, I really like to point out how weird this is. I'm going to need your man card. I'm going to need it.
Why?
You just hated on the
I left it in my
Expendables
other purse.
and talked about Dancing with the Stars
I did.
in one
Yeah.
sentence.
I'm multicultural, baby.
And that's coming from me.
That's right.
Yeah, true.
All right, I'll try to redeem. My 3 preferred movies were also 2 comic books and the slavery movie from Tarantino.
That's fair. It's
So
fair.
I'm somewhere in the middle.
That's fair. It's fair.
But
no, really.
You're somewhere in between a woman and
And
a
a
comic book nerd.
I'm transitioning. Is what
You
they
know what you are?
Is transitioning.
You know what you are? You're Daria.
I'm done. You're right.
For Real Projections, I'm Dave Russell. That is Joe Barty. That is Matthew Michael. Awesome. Point to your cameras. Awesome. We're out. Thank you. CLTampa.com. Check us out. Leave your comments. Check the links. Leave comments on those links. Talk about whatever the fuck you want.
All right, we're out.
Later.